I can hear the audio. I hate you.
It's the show that sucks with your hosts Harrison and Honzo Gonzo.
You know what? Maybe you should sing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
I don't know all the words.
You don't know all the words? Dude, DMX knows all the words. You don't even know all the words? Really?
Mike Ross was the first fucking black person I've ever seen work at an esport event.
With special guests from around the fighting game community.
I can't wait until the run back becomes even more insufferable to watch. I can only barely. I watch like the Killer Instinct matches, and then Marvel starts, and I'm like, well, let's see who's in it. And it's like, is it Mini Boss? I'm like, sick, Mini Boss. Is it anybody else? Sleep. Everybody turned around on me, yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever I was down 0-2 against Beneath, you were like, this dude's been forever. And then I was like, I tied it up 2-2, and you're like, just kidding, white people rule.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend was all like, this little dude was so annoying.
Now for your hosts, Harrison and Honzo Gonzo.
What's up, everybody? Hopefully Honzo Gonzo
I
likes
think
that
I
intro.
heard that one. That wasn't new.
The beginning parts aren't new.
But the end parts, I thought I've heard them before. Well, I know I was there, but like,
They have never been used before.
oh
I
man,
haven't
I'm
made
just
an intro in so long.
Cool.
Anyways, welcome to the show that sucks. I am Harrison. I do stuff for IPLAYWINNER. I'm with my co-host Honzo Gonzo. Honzo Gonzo kinda does stuff for IPLAYWINNER, I guess. I don't know. He's just kind of here.
Just show up to things. You guys just keep inviting me. I have no idea why. You realize how that started? I'm just like there. And you guys are like, do this. I'm like, okay.
Anyways, welcome to the show. Crazy
I'm gonna
stuff
start-
happened. What?
Wait, I gotta start off. Someone suggested to make a drink for myself, a Honzo Gonzo drink. So I
Yes.
have tequila and Baja Blast. I'm gonna put in a glass and drink it. So
Why would you do that to yourself? As a Baja Blast enthusiast, why would you ruin perfectly good Baja Blast?
it's perfectly good tequila.
That's a lot, dude. You're gonna be drunk in about 5 seconds.
Yeah. Anyways, continue.
It might make the show a little bit more interesting. Well, last week we kind of blew up a hot topic, I guess, and well, something actually
Made it to
did happen.
Kappa Reddit.
We made it to
Yeah.
Kappa Reddit, but
Fine.
more importantly, Capcom ended up actually doing something. If you guys didn't know what happened, there was a lot of like fixed brackets and shit, and stuff blew up at ECT, and the tournament got exposed, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, long story short, Capcom said, we don't like that. We are going to... And I think they did this the best way possible with the situation that they had. They basically said, hey, you know what? This tournament, we're just going to let it rock. We're going to give you guys Capcom points, whatever. But next year, basically saying don't come looking for us for any kind of help because we're not going to give you any. There's going to be no Capcom points next year for ECT. There's going to be, assuming no affiliation between ECT and Capcom next year, which in my opinion, I think was the best decision with how much information they had. If they had a little bit more information, I felt like they could have gone after the individual players and taken away their points and not jeopardized everybody else's points next year. If they would have done that, they would have lost their points this year, and everybody else would have been happy. ECT would have still gotten their points next year, but now, because a few people that kind of messed it up for everybody else, nobody gets points next year. So instead of only a couple people not getting points this year, now nobody gets any points next year.
I think Capcom handled it fine, and they're very new to the situation in esports in general. So this is like they still have their getting their legs, and you know they're still trying to figure out what to do with the rowdy scene that we have. You know, because it's not a It's not. The scene's not
It's a ragtag
without.
bunch of people.
It's not without its controversy every fucking day. But you know, they're doing a good job of handling it. And at their tournaments, there's not really any drama if you think about it. At the Capcom tournaments, there wasn't any like, oh man, this shit happened. It's all like, this is a tournament. These are good matches, and like the after hours are cool. Everyone likes it, and they're just good tournaments. So I feel like when it involves Capcom like as an entity and them holding tournaments, I think they're like more than fine. It's just when you outsource it to the people that when you start getting stuff that happens. Because I haven't heard you know any crazy drama from any of the Capcom stuff because people just went to play and they
Well, I mean,
played.
there's only been like 2 events, so
No, they had all the qualifiers and shit.
yeah, that's true.
That's what I
That's
mean
true.
more of.
Well,
That's
I mean,
harder to do.
you just can't. Well, I mean, I guess some people do. I don't know. You just can't disrespect the person who makes your game. I feel like if you want it to be there at all, yeah, I don't think anybody is gonna try and mess that up.
Yeah, I agree.
I guess Capcom points just aren't enough. Maybe if they
Is love enough?
maybe if Capcom threw in some money, they wouldn't have fixed the brackets. I mean, maybe I guess that's the lesson here. Money solves all problems.
Is love enough?
Love.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Well,
Are you just saying stuff now? Because
It's-
you've run
it's a
out of stuff to
reference.
say?
It's a reference. God, Harrison. The monsters know what I'm talking about. Anyways, yeah, I thought it was fine from Capcom. I mean, ECT is not going to be heavily hit by it. They're still going to have a tournament next year.
Yep.
People are
Still gonna be
still
there.
going to show up. It's not a big deal. Like, a couple people might not show up because their sponsor might be like, hey, I don't want you to go to that tournament because it doesn't have Capcom points. And they're going to be like, all right. It's just like
Which
a
is
handful.
like, yeah, it's just a handful of people. It's still gonna be, I feel like, just as big as this year. I don't think it's gonna hurt them at all, really. It's just gonna hurt them in the long run. And that's not saying that after next year they're gonna be like, you know what, like, let's talk about giving you guys Capcom points for the next year. I know that's really far down the road, 2 years from now, but I can kind of see that happening.
I poured way too much tequila, Harris.
Now you can't drink it.
No, I'm going to drink it. I just already feel it.
No. Oh my god.
It's quite strong.
But I feel like that's it for.
Whew.
That was kind of
Yeah.
all she wrote for that. It's
Yep.
over. It's
Great
done.
show.
Capcom brushed it off. It's over. But something got done, which is cool.
Yeah, I'm glad there was at least a response. That's all I care about, really. Yeah.
Speaking of tournaments that have no collusion, Me Dojo happened.
Hey, look at that.
And,
There's so much collusion at Me Dojo. I threw my ST match just to leave early. I did that.
You didn't even show up.
This was like a year ago.
Oh, you were at that tournament? The one tournament that we had a ST tournament that took a million hours?
I was at one of the ST tournaments. I did beat someone, and I was like, fuck yeah. But I lost. Everyone else is way better than me, I think.
I think my goal is to be streaming Alpha 2 eventually, soon. Because we have a
Alpha
cat
2's
there
good.
for it, so.
You just gotta get all that Arturo stuff, getting the board hooked up to the stream.
But back to games that Me Dojo actually hosts. Street Fighter 4 and Super Smash Bros. Melee again. And for the first time ever, Street Fighter 4 actually had more entrants than Super Smash Bros.
Ooh.
For the first time. We saw 19 entrants for Street Fighter 4, which I feel is great. In my opinion.
Yeah, it's growing.
Yeah, I
North
wouldn't say
Korea's
it's
going-
growing, but it's steady. I think it's one of the more steady tournaments. Alpha
Slowly
Clash is getting there too, for steady tournament wise. The last few have had really big turnouts. I didn't enter, unfortunately. I had other stuff on my mind and couldn't enter. Basically, none of the. I kind of felt sorry for Doug because Doug was the only Starbase guy that entered the tournament, except for Martige, and so he was kind of the last hope and had to like go through a gauntlet of everybody else, and he ended up losing to Brass twice in the tournament, which kind of sucked
Oh
for him.
jeez.
and that is a horrific matchup. If you guys don't know Doug, he's goes by Doug the Thug.
Guy.
No, he plays Guy. He's playing more Dudley now. And
Is he? I saw that he was playing Dudley at NCR, and I was like, I thought he played Guy, but
no, he's been playing Dudley for a while now.
okay.
And of course, you guys, if you don't know by now, Brass plays Geef, and Geef really just mows down those two matchups. Dudley and Guy kind of get destroyed by Zangief, in my opinion. In a lot of people's opinions, I think. Basically, stand medium punch destroys everything. Dudley can't do really any his pressure game that he can do against virtually anybody else if he has the right reads. You just can't really do that against Zangief. Same thing with Guy. His pokes just really don't help him out as much as they do in other fights, and it's just incredibly hard to mount any kind of comeback if you lose a life lead in both those matchups. So you really have to play perfectly, and Zangief can kind of just walk around and play like an idiot and get a random knockdown and win the fight. And that's kind of the match. So Doug ended up losing to Brass twice, which kind of sucks. And then Elky Bonaloco came all the way from San Jose. I took everybody's money. I was kind of salty about that. But next Me Dojo, I will be entering that.
Big Papa Harrison coming in. Safeguarding why Me Dojo.
This time it just couldn't happen, but next time for sure. Who knows? Maybe I'll enter the next Alpha Clash. That might be interesting. I haven't entered an Alpha Clash since I started streaming that, so usually there's too much stuff going on.
Cool.
And then in Super Smash Bros. Melee, we just had top 3, I believe. We usually don't stream a lot of it just because Super Smash Bros. Melee just takes a really long time. So we just have top 3, top 4 most of the time. But I'm pretty sure it was Sheridan and Sage. And you guys can go check out all those videos on our Twitch channel. I put all the info up on IPLAYWINNER.com. And I think that's kind of it for Why Me Dojo. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Felt like it really wasn't that exciting this time. There was a lot of exciting matches, but I don't know.
During the summer, I kind of want to. Once Ultra comes out, I kind of want to go down and play Ultra because I think I want to get back into Street Fighter a little bit.
I kind of want
to. I miss just going to tournaments like.
I bet you do. You haven't been to a tournament in forever. You really need to go to Alpha Clash, dude.
I do. It's just hard because on the weekends I'm away, and I won't be able to go until like June-ish. In the middle of June, I can start going for all summer. So like after that, I'll just go every weekend because I'm not doing anything.
Well, it's next month, right? So
yep.
Maybe next month we'll get to see Honzo Gonzo do something other than this show.
I can lose to Beneath.
People are wondering at this point, what does this guy actually do?
Like, if you actually, empirically, I don't do anything, like, anywhere anymore, but I'm still, like, trying to, I don't know. Like, I'm still here. I'm gonna be competing at Fanime, a fucking anime tournament.
Oh my god.
This weekend. With
Pablo
such greats as
everybody's money again.
Beneath goes, and there are a couple of good players that actually do attend, and I met a couple of good players that were up and coming there last year, so it was a good experience. There was like fucking 50 people there.
Yeah, I know. There's always a huge turnout because there's just a million people there.
Yeah, there's all like I like Iron Man, and they just fucking smash and lose. But there are some good players that I know today that are still doing fine. That I met there, so it should be good. If you're in the San Jose region, just come in, see if you can't steal a pass or some shit, and then get in there because it is fun. There's a lot of players there, and I will be getting super smashed and cosplaying my secret cosplay this weekend.
You could just kind of go as yourself if you like really felt like it.
Get recognized.
Yeah,
get recognized by one guy dressed as like fucking Pikachu, just a fat, like really fucking overweight, bald Pikachu, just like, yeah, Honzo Gonzo. I'm like, yeah, it's me. He's like, oh, fuck, I love you, bro. That's not unlike the Sonic cosplayer.
Watch you run into that Batman cosplayer from Evo that you lost.
Oh my god, the Batman guy? If I ran into the Batman guy, I don't know what I would do. I might fight him.
Man. I wish
You
I could
seem
be there
cool.
for that if that ever happened.
It did. You were sort of near me,
No,
but
I mean if you ran into him again
uh,
at that Comic Con thing or Fanime, whatever,
I don't know
whatever.
if I can handle it. I feel like he's gonna go up to me at Evo and just be like, "I am the knight," and like just punch me and just run away. I'll be like, ah. I'll be so stunned by the surprise, I won't be able to do anything.
So is there anything you want to talk about this week? All
We
these
need
are my
questions.
topics. All these are my
I,
topics.
yeah, I have so many
I'm
stuff
just
to
I'm
talk
just
about.
curious if you have watched anything or said, "Hey, this would be cool," or
I've watched Game of Thrones. That's it. Like,
okay, well,
um,
it has to be at least game related.
it's the only thing I've been
Wow, I
watching
kind
a
of just
lot.
threw you a bone right
Okay.
there, but whatever.
Oh well, I we can talk about that, but I have been like actually I have been watching a lot of Ultra Street Fighter on YouTube,
Are you
and
gonna
I
pick
have
it
been
up?
watching. I've been watching Kazunoko's Yun, and I enjoy it. I want to use Yun for some reason. I don't know why.
Just pick him, dude.
I really just don't know why.
He's gonna be really good.
That's what
He's
I
really good
figure.
right now, and he's not really getting any nerfs that are gonna make him
He's getting
terrible.
buffs.
Yeah, he's getting more damage. I don't know what the fuck
Yeah.
they were thinking on that. I don't know what their logic is. Let's just give him more damage. I don't know. Who cares, right? I don't know. Some of the buffs are yeah, and then some of them just kind of blow my mind. I don't get it.
Yeah, but it should be it would be fun to use him because I like his combos. I like that he's aggressive kind of. Even though I'm like a turtle style player, but I just
You can
like his.
totally turtle with them though. That's the
Can you?
thing. Yeah, you can totally. He has the pokes to do that. Absolutely. I mean, you're
Um,
not going to like hard body like play like Guile with him,
well,
but
yeah,
you definitely have the option to play footsies with people.
I kind of want to use him. I might just start practicing with that mod on. Have you seen the PC mod? I don't know if you've seen that.
I have, but honestly, I don't really care about it.
You don't care?
No, because I know stuff is just not going to be the same. So
It's
what's
just
the
for
point?
more like ideas. Like
Yeah.
you change it around. You're like, what can I do with this? And
Yep.
then you start like just because some people are more visual learners instead of like going to frame beat and like I can do this in this situation, shit like that. Um, but yeah, I think I might pick up more Street Fighter.
You should play Yun,
I
dude.
not like
He's super good.
seriously, but
You don't you
casually.
don't need to play Street Fighter 4 seriously and play Yun. You don't need to do that. You can still be good with Yun. I feel like just if you learn how to control the pace, you can be good with Yun. And you do that in Marvel with your team. You control the pace. So actually, you might be a good Yun player.
Ooh, I like the sound of that. But yeah, and I'm not using Firebrand ever again.
You're
I'm,
not, so you
I'm
you you drop ship on that.
yeah, it's the last time. I'm only using Task to Mammy. Because you know what? That's my fucking team, and I'm gonna fucking die with it. I don't care.
So if you guys didn't know, Honzo Gonzo has been like praising Firebrand for the past like 2 months. He's like,
No,
"Oh my god,
Firebrand
I'm gonna drop
Firebrand is
everybody. I'm gonna
so
pick
good.
Firebrand. I'm gonna body everybody." And then his Firebrand's terrible. And then today we just realized 5 seconds ago that he dropped Firebrand, which is no real surprise to me because his Firebrand's probably garbage.
I've done it before, so 'cause I have
You
tried
beat
to.
me before with Firebrand. Oh my god, congratulations.
I have a decent Firebrand. It's not good. It's just decent, and that's all you really need. But I just can't walk lane, and if I can't do that, certain matchups are just impossible. I cannot walk lane efficiently in match. Training mode's fine, doesn't matter. In match, it's hard, and I cannot do that. If I face one Nova, I fucking lose. All Nova does, let me just paint a picture for you. All Nova does is fucking shield and throw that thing up. I cannot do anything to that if I cannot walk lane. Literally nothing. He just does it, or he can box. He can do whatever he wants.
Just gotta
Nova is
figure out
such
not
a
to suck.
such an
Beneath did
easy
it.
brain dead
Huh?
character.
Huh? Huh?
He's good.
Huh?
I don't know what to
Huh?
tell you.
Huh?
I'm not good.
That's right. Well, you're not good with that team.
No.
I'm
I'm, uh,
giving you a little credit. A little credit there.
but yeah. Fuck Nova is the moral of the story. fucking piece of shit scrub baby character. If you play him, well, you should just play with your fucking play school baby character, piece of shit. Fuck you.
Damn. So I guess look out for Honzo Gonzo's Yun in a month and a half at the next Me Dojo.
Next fighting
I
dojo.
really want
At
to.
least I'll have something to play.
I'm
you know.
starting to get a little bit excited for Old Street Fighter 4.
I feel
Not-
like everyone is. I
Not
feel like everyone-
necessarily for the patch itself, but for people picking up the game again and tournaments picking up for my benefit. That's what I'm excited for. I want more people to enter tournaments, so I have more hype matches to stream. That's what I want.
I feel like everyone is slowly like everyone initially was like, it's gonna be another shitty patch, man. DiCapri, but now as soon as it's like coming out, people are gonna be like, oh my god, I want to try out this shit, and they're gonna be playing it again.
I think people
It's the
thought.
same cycle with the AE, same shit.
I just think people thought they were gonna get this update, and it was gonna be the end, which, in my opinion, I don't think was ever gonna happen. But what we're seeing now is, hey, some of the stuff is kind of like broken or whatever, and we're gonna fix it. And I think that kind of just calmed the nerves of everybody and made it people a little bit more excited. And hopefully we'll get the final version of Ultra before Evo. Hopefully. Because if you guys don't know, the game that they're playing in Japan is not the final game. The final game is coming out on June 3rd, which is hopefully the final game.
Hopefully.
Hopefully the final game. Which is kind of the reason why I haven't been watching a whole lot of Japan videos, to be honest.
It's still good for. They're not gonna change every single thing.
I know. Like, if you're really
Most of it's
interested
gonna be
in the
the
new
same.
characters, definitely go and watch them. But
Oh yeah, new characters aren't gonna change that much.
yeah, because they're really not gonna. They just don't know how to balance them yet. I feel like they
Yeah.
just need more time.
think-
with them.
I think Elena is going to be good. Elena and Merlento. Hugo and Poison are gonna suck.
I tweeted out today that I was at Target and I was looking at the games, and there was just a row, 2 full rows of Vanilla Street Fighter 4.
I saw that picture.
And I walked by and I was like, oh, Vanilla, cool. And then I thought to myself, wow, this is literally gonna be like a fire starter in 3 weeks. Nobody is ever going to need this version ever again. Ever. It's basically garbage.
I like the point that 3,000 people brought up. That's the only game you can have Indestructible in, though.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real.
Yeah, I respect that. If you want Indestructible and you're playing Vanilla, then you just gotta go. You gotta go and buy Vanilla Street Fighter 4, and it'll be easy to get because it'll be $1. Or you know what? I'll pick it up for $1 and use it as a coaster or something like that. That'd be cool.
Dude, that'd be baller ass coaster.
I'll buy like 20 of them. It'd be like $20.
Damn. You're like, here, use a coaster, just fucking throw Street Fighter out there.
Dude, that's the ultimate fan right there. Street
Oh
Fighter
my
4
God.
coasters? Come on.
What a dick.
You'll be able to get away with that
There's,
too,
like,
without being a
fucking-
complete asshole.
There's like child soldiers fucking fighting over diamond mines, so like people can like
I'm using
get the
games for
technology to
coasters.
like make this disc, and this disc is used as a fucking to put your beer on. You know? That's funny. Yeah, that'd be cool. I fully support that idea.
Alright, I'll try and make that happen.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll give away coasters that happen to be Street Fighter 4 Vanilla.
Probably make some. I don't know.
We could.
It
wouldn't be the same.
No, it wouldn't be singing.
That wouldn't be the same.
Yes,
It wouldn't be as baller.
you're right.
If you
It's
had
gotta
vanilla
be real deal. It's gotta be
discs.
real deal.
It's
You gotta
gotta
be
be the
able
real
to take
deal,
the
yeah.
beer off and put it in the Xbox and for it to work.
Hey, I got an original Xbox. There's even HDMI, so I would do that. I don't even give a shit about that Xbox anymore. It's literally, it hasn't been turned on in a year and a half. So, it's basically useless.
All right.
Yeah, sorry.
Other news that's very important to everyone, I guess, in any gaming community. fucking YouTube's gonna buy out Twitch. It looks like for a reported price. It is not 1 billion. I feel like that is incredibly high for Twitch, even though Twitch gets a crap ton of traffic. It does not mean that it should go for 1 billion. What the fuck does Twitch have that is so unique that
Viewer base.
YouTube doesn't have?
Viewer
What's the
base.
technology though? That's what I'm trying to say.
There's
You're not
literally no difference in technology because Twitch uses the same streaming technology
as YouTube Live now.
as YouTube Live, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't the same, but now it is. And like, what is YouTube acquiring? They're acquiring the brand. It's not like they're acquiring technology. It's not like Oculus Rift where they're fucking acquiring technology. It's not like, that's what a lot of tech companies do. They acquire technology. This is just a brand. This is purely brand, purely viewer base that they're trying to get, and legitimacy in their streaming because they tried streaming and it fucking failed.
I
Like,
think that's
it's just
more the
fucking-
reason why they're picking up Twitch is because they tried it and they still get a ton of views on certain streams, which blows my mind. I don't even know how people find these streams, but they do. But game-wise, it's just straight up not there at all.
It's fucking
Bi-
Mexicans playing Plants vs Zombies, and I'm not fucking joking. I used to try to stream on YouTube Live, and I always like, "What's the top stream?" It's always like these people screaming in Spanish at random mobile games, and most of them were Plants vs Zombies at the time. And I'm not joking. They would just go "Bah!" as a tower defense game, and I would just go like, "Why are there 1,000 people watching this? Like, might be the problem with YouTube streaming." But like,
I
with-
feel like they're just acquiring the brand and the viewer base. That's what they're doing. They're basically, you know what? We can't get people to stream on our website, so we're just gonna buy this one.
And the fact that with Twitch and with all the gaming people are just gonna start that are the big YouTubers will just stream. Some people do it. There are YouTubers that do stream on Twitch and they get a lot of viewers. But now they're just gonna see a bigger incentive because it's tied directly to their YouTube. All their subscribers are now going to know that they're streaming instead of, their Twitch subscribers. And
I think
they're gonna-
hopefully it will just be better integration between those two platforms, because we already have, believe it or not, the YouTube upload from Twitch is actually really good. If you were wondering how I get every show up every single week, it's I use that every single week. I've used that since day one. So that is always really solid. I hope they improve that, but I mean, I guess we just talk about what we want, because I don't really want to go that far into it because it's not a done deal yet. Who knows? It might fall through. It's just, I mean, it would make sense for both of them. Now Twitch, it might not suck on the front page. It might be more stable. Our chat might not die every 5 seconds. So I mean, there's definitely things on both sides.
The only thing that Google will do to improve Twitch is the servers. Google servers are probably better than Twitch servers because a fucking Peruvian hut with a fucking server in the mud is better than any Twitch server is. So, anything is better than a Twitch server. So, like, that alone right there is an upgrade. The chat servers for Twitch also suck. So, that is like the biggest thing that I want. It's just improved servers.
Twitch Pokemon comes on.
Yeah, we just want better servers, and that's expensive. Google has the infrastructure to support that, though. And they can expand where Twitch is limited in its expansion because they're off of startup money, and they're even probably considering just going back and getting another round of startup money, which is, this is like their fourth time doing it, and that's kind of like, hey. You usually only get like 2 rounds of funding before like you're self-sustainable or like someone buys you out or something happens. But this is gonna be like Twitch's 4th time getting funding, and I feel like it has grown over the years. And obviously their broadcasts
has grown over the years.
Their broadcasts keep getting more views, and so they can justify doing more funding. but I feel like they need to get infrastructure, and that's the hardest thing. That's the hardest thing for them.
I think they've grown a lot. I think they've just grown faster than they can handle, obviously, and they need somebody to step in my opinion, and be able to handle all of this really high load stuff. It'll be interesting though, because when I was saying that I upload all my stuff to YouTube, it's gonna bring. I feel like, in my opinion, it's gonna bring at least a few of those big million plus subscribers to Twitch.
Yeah, and like think of Smosh. Smosh doesn't fucking stream on Twitch. They do. They have a gaming channel that they just fucking started. They don't even, they just play games, and they have like over millions and millions of subscribers just on that. You know, there's other people that do that too who are successful at like other things like comedy or doing cool videos or being a fucking jackass like 90% of YouTube, and they just have a gaming channel and that just thrives. So those people are just gonna come and just start fucking everyone in the views, and people are just gonna be like, "Well, I was one of Twitch's biggest streamers. I got like 30,000 views, but now this other guy, he has 500,000 viewers right now because he's fucking is makes dumb videos."
Like, just imagine, like, all of that subscriber stuff. I don't think that's gonna fly with Twitch.
That
Imagine if somebody with like 5 million plus subscribers comes and starts streaming on Twitch, and then just imagine all of those subscribers, because believe it or not, a shit ton of people are gonna subscribe just because that they've been fans for a while, they've been watching whatever.
The big thing on YouTube, I feel for a while now, is the big names have wanted something like a subscriber button for their channel forever. They've wanted something where a viewer can directly contribute to their channel in a monetary way. But so what they've set up is they have that I forgot its name. It's like a campaign for your channel, so like it raises money for your channel. That's becoming popular. I forget what the website is called. But like YouTube, like the big YouTubers have wanted that because, like, let's just theory craft. You have 2 million subscribers. If 1% of those people subscribe at $5, that's a fucking lot of money.
That's a lot.
That's like hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, this is a lot of money that's just sitting there. And, people do watch your videos and they do count for ad revenue. But if that one person gave you $5 on top of ad revenue, that's so much fucking money to think about. And, I feel like people will know that.
And all of those people are already going to be watching on YouTube. And I think what a lot of people don't realize is that they're like kind of different universes. Like, there's people on YouTube, and then there's people on Twitch. And there's really no... There's some leeway between there. Like, I would say fighting game stuff is kind of an example of that. A lot of people kind of just stream, and there's some YouTube presence, and I feel like fighting games really capitalizes on having those videos on demand, VODs, ready on YouTube more than a lot of other people do that stream on Twitch.
Definitely. A lot of the other communities. Because fighting games, if you realize, a fucking set is like 7 minutes. 7 to 10 minutes, usually. Just like a tournament set.
Yeah.
For most games. That's so digestible. It's such a good like time frame to watch. Fucking League of Legends and Dota games, or like any other like even Counter-Strike games, are fucking 20 to 50 minutes long. And that's a long time for you just to sit down and be like, I want to watch a game. And you have to fucking sit there for half an hour to an hour.
Especially a game that's kind of already happened to. I mean, I guess you could say that to like some extent in fighting games too. But
yeah, but like, there's hype combos, that you want to see, all that shit. And there is stuff like that in MOBAs. But it's fewer and far between.
Yep.
So... I feel like fighting games is such a good package of entertainment. It's so like succinct, and if you enjoy it, it's so convenient, and people take it for granted. Because like If I wanted to watch a fucking DK versus IG set, fucking best of 5, I wanted to watch the full thing and it went to 5 games. That is over 3 to 4 hours that I have to fucking sit here and watch a video game, you know? If I wanted to watch a set between Justin Wong and fucking Nemo to a first to 7
It's like
or even a first to
it's like
15,
25 minutes.
yeah,
If it's a
it's
first
not
to
that
7.
long.
Yeah, it's not that long. Yep. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think it's the first time we have agreed on something together
That is literally the first time.
on the show. I think that's a first.
Yeah.
If you guys have questions, you can send them to @HarrisonSBA, myself, that's talking right now, and @Honzo Gonzo. Honzo Gonzo is about to sip some of his Baja Blast /
It's a Honzo Gonzo. That's what
Mostly-
the drink called.
Jose Cuervo. He must have been watching that commercial with Kiefer Sutherland, and he's like, "God damn it, I need Jose right now."
Is this Kiefer Sutherland
Yeah.
commercial? I didn't know. Someone in my Twitter, I totally forgot the name. I would have shouted them out. They said the Honzo Gonzo drink would be Baja Blast and tequila, and I thought that was a good idea. So I've been drinking margaritas lately. TMI, Harrison.
Yep. Yep.
It's okay.
I think that's kind of it. I mean, there's not really much to talk about yet. Nobody's bought anybody yet. Nobody's
Yeah,
nobody's
I
paid.
figure-
Nobody's given another person $1 billion quite yet. So
No, I bet Mike Ross better. He needs to get stock options. Stat.
yeah, I don't see this
Stat.
being. I see this just being good, in my opinion.
It's only good because Google, as you know, as big and bad as they are, when people are just like, "Oh, YouTube sucks. It's got redesigned." Blah blah blah. Like YouTube still fucking works. Like when I go to YouTube, I can look up a fucking video from 6 years ago and it's there. You know.
Yep.
And it has a lot of features that you take for granted. Go to fucking, I don't know. I don't know the video sites because they all fucking suck. Like Vimo, like go to fucking Vimo and look up some fighting game shit. There's nothing there, dude.
Well, it's because they don't allow fighting games on it.
Do they not?
No, they don't.
Fuck.
That's why you see none on there, because they don't allow it.
But I just don't see it as being a problem. Content IDing will be a huge problem. And that will only be a problem to people who violate copyrights. And guess who violates copyrights? 99.9% of the Twitch streamers. That will be the biggest problem going forward.
Some the 0.01%.
Yes. You,
Yes.
Spooky,
Yes.
fucking,
Yes.
to an extent, I think, Level Up. Because they use only game music, which is fine. But yeah, people who listen to their fucking little Spotify's and all this shit.
Yeah,
And-
all of that will go away. Which,
Yeah.
I mean, they're kind of.
And well, I know Nintendo sanctioned events might go fine, but I know the Nintendo speedrunners like Cosmo or even Sagon for that matter are a little worried because their YouTube videos get content ID flagged no matter what. Like they can't stop it. I know Cosmo tweeted a picture of all his content IDs. It was literally every 20 videos in his list. All of them were content ID'd for no reason other than the music in the Nintendo games. So, that might be a problem for some speedrunners, but they do have alternatives. And I think with Nintendo being so, I guess, more open to
Gotta
Smash,
get
I
those
feel like
subs, dude.
they'll be more open to speedrunners going forward.
It'll be definitely interesting. It'll be interesting to be watching a stream. Somebody accidentally turns on Spotify, and then it's like stream is discontinued, and then content ID'd, and then stream dies. Although, of course, I don't think it'll be that severe.
No, I don't think.
I don't know how they're gonna control that, too.
I mean, Justin does it. Justin.tv, to an extent, does do that, or used to do that. And Twitch does do that too. They do monitor streams that are doing let's say, streaming the game early, or streaming a game that they're not supposed to be streaming, say, sexually explicit ones, adult rated ones, which does happen sometimes. I'm talking about those anime games. Some people do stream those and get banned. But for such on a wide scale for content ID. I don't know. I think YouTube has the technology to implement it very easily on Twitch.
Yep. I just hope it's not a blow up, which I don't think it will be.
I don't know.
You don't know?
If the CPM transfers, holy moly. Blue, blue, blue.
I hope so.
People are going to be having field days right
I hope
there.
so. I think if it just combines and it doesn't suck, it'll be good.
Another thing is that you get all the Google's ads. Like all the ads that Google has at its disposal, which
Bam.
is fucking like 70% ads on the internet. All of them
Yeah.
are available now. All of them are available, and CPM will go up as a result. So that's good for streamers. And if you have a wider variety of ads, your fill rate increases because people are getting different ads.
Cool. Should we jump to questions?
Yes,
Do
we
you
need
feel like it?
questions.
If you guys have any questions, you can send them to @HarrisonSBA, that Honzo Gonzo. First of all, before we answer questions, I would like to give a shout out to Johnny, who sent us another FGC. If you guys didn't notice, I added a URL to the bottom of the stream. It says tinyurl.com/FGC database. If you type that in your URL address bar on your web browser, it'll bring you to a database which is full of a bunch of places you can go in the United States and virtually all over the world if you want to play fighting games. So if you're new to fighting games, and for some reason you're here, if you're new to fighting games, you want to maybe give a friend of yours that doesn't live close to you a place to check out where they can maybe go and play fighting games. Give them that. There's, I believe, 180 in there right now, which is a lot. What are you laughing at?
Nothing.
All right. Anyways. But yeah, make sure you guys go and check that out. If you want to submit your own FGC, which is actually how I got all of those. I didn't go out and find a single one. All of those were submitted to me. If you want to, you can send them to... You can email me, harrison@iplaywinner.com. You can send me a tweet @harrisonsba or @iplaywinner. And you can send us a message on Facebook too, but I tend to not really check those that often because most of the time they're spam. But you guys can send it there too. I'll check it. And I think it's kind of it. You can send them to Honzo Gonzo too, I guess, if you guys want. Maybe. If you guys feel like it.
I'll forward them to Harrison.
Yeah, he'll just forward them to me. Our first question comes from DKC High, which is now, I respect that. He changed his Twitter name to Talkin' Hawk. How do you personally deal with stupid gimmicky players? Players are willing to do anything to not lose their measly 2,000 player points. I think, I always tell everybody this, I don't think I've actually said it on the show, but if you're having problems with these mid to low level players, they're kind of going nuts on you, just lame it out, see what happens, control the pace. They can't go random if you're just blocking. If you think they're going to go random, just play patient, wait it out. They're going to do something stupid. That's what they're going to do. Is that what you do in Marvel? Of course you do that every single game with the team you play.
So for people just going fucking random, at least at Marvel, like I don't know if I'm like a player that adapts to random people well, but I feel like I know what they're gonna do, even though they're playing random. Like I just think of the stupidest thing that they're gonna do, and usually they do it. It depends on the character as well, their options they have at the time, and usually I played so much, and I feel like this with a lot of players. You know what a scrub is thinking, kind of in these situations, like what they can get away with, and they don't know the character knowledge. Even after playing them one game, you can feel it, I guess. That's because I always equate it to Hulk players. Like I know a Hulk's gonna play like mash stand H, usually. Like I know that. I know it's coming, so I circumvent it by doing things to beat it. And if it beats their stand H and they keep doing it, I know that they're gonna do it. But like random supers, stuff like that, it's hard to predict it. But if you play a solid style and you position yourself correctly, you can always react to it or react, block it, react, do stuff like that. I feel like it takes one game to adapt to someone. I feel like online you don't get that experience because you play them once in ranked and then they're fucking
Yeah.
gone. But in a tournament or casuals, I feel like you can adapt to random people very easily. That's not to say you won't just get random out by a random player. Sometimes it happens. Like you just don't download quick enough, and you're just like, "Fuck, that guy just beat me." It's happened to everyone.
And you have a good point when you brought up, if you know you're going to do stand H, you're going to do something to beat it. I feel like if you run into a scrub, they just have this thing in their mind that they're just going to keep doing. You just got to find their weakness and just exploit it. Don't overthink it. Don't think they're going to adapt, because they're not. Don't think that... Just don't overthink it and just continue to keep doing it. Don't
Yeah,
second
and
guess yourself, because it's going to work.
like when you start beating their options, they get scared and start just not doing anything. They don't
Yeah.
try and adapt. They just stop doing anything, and you just fucking just maul them. Like that's what I do. Like when a Hulk doesn't press a button, I just fucking destroy him. Like I'll just do high lows and they'll just die. So like Hulk's a character that needs momentum and needs to be keeping pressure up. But if they second guess that momentum, they're fucking dead. It's the same with a lot of characters. If they're not confident in punishing an assist with like Dormammu or something, because you think I will, I don't know, super jump over task and do arrow super to beat it, then you're not going to do stuff full screen, then I'm just going to get in on you.
Our next question comes from Druid Mage. Druid Mage says, what bad habits do you fall into when you go on tilt? I don't know what that means. For me, I start trying to mash out on wake up.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
I think he's just asking, what do you do when you fall into bad habits?
Ugh, I fucking lose.
Well, I guess what are you? I guess he was more asking, what are your bad habits?
My bad habit is mashing.
Mashing?
Yes, I do panic and I do mash quite a bit, and that is a bad habit to do. It works out because I'm very reactionary in my play style. I do just like do shit, and I feel like that's I'm not very accurate with it because it's not based on reactions to what actually happened. I react to what I think is gonna happen, and I just do it.
I feel like there's just a bunch of situations that I do that are that I do something that I know is really stupid, and I shouldn't have done it, and I go up and I do it anyway. And I feel like that happens to me a lot, and I don't know, it's just a bad habit.
One of my bad habits
Just
is doing
just not
doing
do
the
it.
exact same thing like 5 times in a row. Like see the same mix up 5 times in a row or something. Cause like I'm being so stupid about it that I feel like if you're trying to outthink me, that you'll just get hit by it because it's so dumb. I do that. It does hit a lot of people, but it's a bad habit to do. You need to mix up your mix ups and shit. Like I'll always fuzzy guard you, like no matter what. Like I will just fucking always fuzzy guard. I don't care. In every situation, I'm always gonna go high. It hits a lot of people, but they really shouldn't. If you're in block stun standing, you should just block high. Like I'm sorry. Like against me, you won't get hit.
Atuskar asks, to Honzo, if you were stuck in an elevator for 3 hours, who in the FGC would you bring?
Oh, that's a bullful question. Is there cameras?
Wow. Is there cameras?
I
I'm
don't
so
know.
glad I
Pass
don't have
the
to answer
time.
this question.
I don't know. I guess Kinder Party would be fun to pass the time with. He's a fun guy. Yeah, Kinder
That's not
Party.
your real question, or that's not your real answer.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna say it, Harrison.
Me? What the fuck?
I'm not gonna bring you into an elevator. You're just gonna fart in it.
What the fuck?
I know you, Harrison.
Oh my god. We have another question. Naam Hasto asks, when are you going to reach max CPM? Good show, guys. I watch your replay every week. Shoutouts to Haskell for watching, Naam Haskell for watching the show. Probably never.
We'll never be next.
This show has yet to reach like CPM.
I'm too fucking real.
You're too fucking real. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're real.
So real.
At Sammy Nash asks, if Twitch YouTube deal goes south for content creators, will the FGC move to another service, or will it stay with it?
It won't move. You can't move it.
Can't move it?
No. I think Spooky proved that with the whole. What was that thing? What was that?
3D? Owned 3D, right?
Owned 3D. Owned.
Oh, or was it just owned? I can't remember.
It was owned
owned
3D.
Spelled like an idiot, basically.
Yeah, it was owned spelt like a fucking 3-year-old.
It was owned spelled like Jeremy from Pure Ponage.
Yes. I think that proved that the fighting game community is very dogmatic in its viewership, and doesn't want to move. I mean, Ustream has always had less viewers than, Justin Twitch, usually. It's just the way it is. I think Twitch is the best avenue to broadcast your things right now. Yeah, as much shit as I give Twitch, it is the best. Like, that's no question. I don't care what you say.
Only one.
Daily Motion sucks.
It's not the
a
only
lot.
one, but
Daily Motion sucks. Okay, I'm just gonna say that right now. Ustream sucks. Their UI is terrible, and all their features is terrible. YouTube's fine. I think YouTube is great. Their delay is just shitty, but now that Twitch has it, it's really the same. I think YouTube
it's really the same.
I think YouTube is perfectly acceptable now. Like, I don't get why people don't.
As people want that
want
chat, man. And for obviously a show like this, it makes more sense to have chat. But basically, once you start getting bigger and bigger and bigger, it starts becoming less and less relevant. And I feel like if there's 250,000 people watching League of Legends, who the fuck cares about chat at that point?
Yeah, there's no chat.
There's literally there's nobody on the other end of that stream. It was like, dude, we need to make sure we got to keep chat up, or we're gonna lose like 250,000 people. It's like, no, literally, there's nobody on the other side of that stream channel. If stream died, they wouldn't give a shit. They'd be like, all right, is my stream quality better? All right, good. Like, that's all they would care about.
Yeah.
Chatting is only relevant in these smaller type streams. Yep. But yeah, I totally agree with you. YouTube is the same, if not better, because their servers are better.
Yeah.
But it's just really hard getting all of those people from here over to YouTube.
Yeah, I feel like that's the only way.
Because again, it's going back. There's just they're different universes.
Yeah.
And it's just hard to bring them both back and forth.
I feel like if YouTube had a chat similar to Twitch with fucking dumb little faces, that people would have no problem going over to YouTube. But it doesn't. You can't do fucking Kappas. You can't do Swift Rage. You can't do Wins Marvel Honzo face. So people aren't going to go, So subscribe to IPLAYWINNER. It's just not going to happen. Like, people have this fucking insane connection to dumb faces of people they don't fucking know. Like, it boggles my mind that people, have such a need. I need to fucking type Kappa. I fucking need it. Like, that's what people feel.
You need it?
I don't get it. I don't get it. But
Danny also kind of asked the same question. If the kingdom of Twitch goes to hell, where will the monsters migrate to? Any other kingdoms? There is none. If anything, they would go to YouTube. If anything. But that's it. That's really it. And then the blue Mega Man kind of is trolling me a little bit. Do you know Abel is way better than Coney? Yeah. Fuck you. I hate Abel. Is Marvel
not better than Coney?
What?
Huh?
What? Actually, he's not.
He's not.
He's really. He's this character. He's the same thing as Viper, except Viper is a solid character, which is kind of hard to explain.
He's the same thing as Viper?
In the sense that all the offense he does is just a 100% win or a 100% lose situation.
He's a momentum-based character.
No, he's not at all. He's not.
He's a It's a
He's
gambling character.
he's a high gamble character. There's like no
Oh,
skill involved in that character whatsoever.
he's just gambles. He's throwing the dice.
There's no footsies involved. There's no like he basically is like, hey, I have my forward medium kick and it beats like 90% of normals for no reason at all. And so he kind of just gets in with that. It's just he's just 100% win or 100% lose character. Unlike Viper, where all of her 100% lose situations are all safe. So she's just never in a bad situation. That's what I feel about that character. And then you saw that tweet before I took it away. Dominic Cooper asked, at Harrison SBA, is Marvel dying? Is it? I think it's dying.
No, it's fucking not. Explain to me how it's fucking dying. It pisses me off so much. It makes me so fucking mad. Like, who the fuck? How is it fucking dying? Explain it. Oh, there's some people at this one tournament that they didn't go this year. Maybe they have a fucking real life. You know, maybe they'll go next year. Maybe they go to fucking every goddamn local and they don't
It's
want to
not
go to
going to be
fucking
around
major.
next year for them to go to.
Like, you know, West Coast Marvel's fine. 9R area, Harrison. We have the fucking shittiest area. It's me. I'm the fucking Marvel, okay?
And
You
I'm
don't
the
have
Street Fighter.
you know, in the rest of NorCal, in the city and shit, there's plenty of players. There's plenty of players in SAC, and they're good. You know, there's plenty of players in San Jose, and they're good. There's plenty of players in East Bay, and they're good. You know, there's plenty of players in SoCal, and they're good. There's a lot of good players everywhere, and they have fucking big tournaments, relative weeklies. You know, every fucking week.
I mean,
And
look
it
at
just
fucking
make
Me
it,
Dojo. We can't even hold a fucking tournament, dude.
dude, I don't give a shit about North Bay, okay? North Bay doesn't, you know, they never had a Marvel scene really. It's always been from South and East Bay. SAC has a Marvel scene, East Bay has a Marvel scene, South Bay has a Marvel scene. That's more regions than, you know, like North Bay doesn't have Marvel, that's fine. That's 3 out of 4. NorCal's fine in Marvel. SoCal's fine in Marvel. Fucking the South is fine in Marvel. Florida's fine in Marvel. Fucking Texas is fine in Marvel. Seattle is fine at Marvel. They fucking play Marvel. Like, why is this like such a thing? Fucking Europe plays Marvel. Japan plays Marvel. Southeast Asia plays Marvel. Like, how is this a fucking dead game? It's not like Marvel 2 where fucking old people who can't do anything else in their goddamn life play. You know? That's a dead game. Marvel 2 is a fucking dead game.
I don't know, man. I mean, we constantly get people watching the Marvel 2 Clockwork versus Neo match on IPLAYWINNER. It's not dead.
I'm not gonna respond to that, Harrison. How fucking stupid that was. How fucking idiotic of a statement that is. I might be a little drunk, but you know, I'm not dumb.
All right, we got a serious question. And for you asked, how do you think the Thailand scene will thrive after the coup? I don't even know what that means. Maybe
Is there a
N4US
fucking
can.
coup d'etat in fucking Thailand?
I don't know.
I think he means there's an overthrow of government, I assume. I have no idea about this.
Okay, here's a better question. Here's a way better question. Way better
Fucking
question. A question we can actually answer. The Hound asks, paper, plastic, recyclable bags, or sheepskin? How do you leave the grocery store?
Oh boy. I just I just don't do anything. I don't use anything. I just use my hand. Carry them on my hands.
Oh my god. Alright.
And then I throw them in a fit of happiness.
I have those
over
those reusable
stomach.
bags, to be honest, that you buy at the grocery store. Anyways.
Dude, they started charging 10 cents in Sonoma.
Yep.
Per bag. I didn't know that, and I was like, Mom, like 10 cents? It's like, no. Just give me the bag. Like, oh, now we charge. And I was like, you fucking son of a bitch. Just give me my raspberry.
Kinder Party tweeted me, if Marvel dies, will Settlers take its place?
Why not?
I would say yeah. It's already taken its place in Sonoma.
Just your house, Harrison.
Everywhere, because nobody plays Marvel here.
Everywhere. 100% of the Marvel players, aka Harrison and Sonoma. have
Danny
migrated.
asks at RGD714, how do we pre-order the digital edition for Ultra Street Fighter 4 on 360? Exclamation point, or sorry, question mark, question mark, question mark, sad face. I don't. Do you really want to pre-order
I
it?
don't know. On fucking Xbox Live. What the fuck? What the fuck kind of question is that?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
On Xbox Live,
I'd imagine you
the
can't
market-
really pre-order it.
you
I don't know
wait
why
until-
you would ever want to pre-order it. What if you pre-order that and the patch just doesn't come out? This seems like a bizarre. I would never pre-order a DLC type thing. That just
You
seems
can
kinda
do
weird.
it on. I think PSN. You can pre-order DLC stuff.
You can.
I mean, on
I
Steam,
think
it's a whole
just so
thing.
you pay it,
Yeah,
I guess,
then
and get it out
it
of the way,
automatically
so you
starts
don't spend the
downloading.
money on other things which you're going to anyway. It just doesn't make any sense.
Steam is the prime example of pre-ordering stuff because you can preload it. So it like you preload it as soon as it's out, you just fucking download like a little patch, and then you play it.
Yep.
You don't have to download fucking 10 gigs or something. You already have it. So I think that's a good reason. I think they should do that for consoles, but I don't think they will.
All right.
Um,
Do you
we do have a
one?
good question. Drew Mage asks, do you think Capcom should crowdfund an extra prize pool for Capcom Cup, much like what Valve is doing with the International?
No.
I don't know how you do that.
How do you do
CEO.
that legally? Like,
Well, CEO has done something similar in that if you purchased a shirt from them, like I don't know, half or all of the money went toward a CEO prize pool for the game that you wanted the money to go to. So, like, say you're a BlazBlue fan, you buy a shirt, you say, "I want my $5 to go to BlazBlue," and it would increase the pot, which I think is a good idea, but it's not sustainable in that the fucking International just raised. There was 25 million dollars spent on fucking digital goods. Like there's nothing that they're actually getting, like physically. I'm not getting something physical for spending $40 on my fucking compendium. I'm getting all this virtual shit that has no actual value, you know?
Yep.
You can't do that with Capcom. You can't just be like, oh, and this thing's a different color. You're like your Hadouken's purple now for if you're Ryu, and if you're Goken, then it's nylon green or something. You know, you can't do that. I mean, no one would care. Like, oh, my fucking Hadouken's a different color. You think I give a shit? Like, they wouldn't care. But people in Dota, they're just like, fuck yeah, you know. It's a different scene, I guess, and different ways to do things. If Capcom were to do something like that, they would need to design Street Fighter V around something like that, where they could implement digital shit that no one actually cares about, but everyone wants. Not just costumes, but you know, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard for Capcom games.
It's really not hard for them to do that. But
Well, no, what would they include that people care about and want to buy?
fucking costumes.
Besides costumes, they're
Well,
gonna
nothing.
have fucking 15 million costumes.
Nothing.
They
Although
don't
after
have
this, they'll have more
announcers.
time.
I think
Announcers,
announcers would be good.
I guess.
Fucking HUDs, customizable
Anyways,
HUDs.
I think this is
I don't know.
another show.
I don't know.
This is another show. Do you have anything to add, or a Hanzo story perhaps, or
I was at a
before you
gay
get too
wedding.
wasted and pass out?
I was drunk at a
Wow,
gay
he's
wedding
already drinking
reception.
water. He's been drinking for like 30 minutes.
Baja Blast.
Oh, okay, it's Baja Blast.
I was at a gay wedding reception this past weekend, accidentally. I just kind of walked into it, and a Puerto Rican man was sitting on me, and he said I had beautiful eyes, and then I was like, oh, that's nice, and then I walked away.
All right, well, I guess that's the end of the show this week. You guys can follow me at HarrisonSBA. You can follow Honzo Gonzo at Honzo Gonzo. If you guys think we both suck, think the show sucks, still watch it anyway, you guys can make sure to follow us twitter.com/IPLAYWINNER, facebook.com/IPLAYWINNER. Of course, go to IPLAYWINNER.com. You can go to the podcast section and check out every single show in YouTube and MP3 format. Thank you guys dearly for continuing to watch this show. Basically, if you guys didn't, we wouldn't be doing it. Make sure you guys like the YouTube video, comment on the YouTube video. I know YouTube videos have kind of been lacking a little bit, but hopefully we'll get those back a little bit. I think that's it. All right, guys. Peace.
Rip. fuck?